because there have been times where I've scheduled myself a bunch of things to do and found out that was 16 hours worth of work. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Just Another Struggling Writer, the beleaguered author's one-stop shop for commiseration and hopefully inspiration. My name is Carrie Scher, and I am just another struggling writer. Well everyone, I've got a fun video for you today. Today I am doing a little bit of a fall reset. I used to do monthly reset videos on this channel and have kind of fallen away from them of late, but with Finish Your Book Fall just around the corner, I figured now is the perfect time, not just for a mental reset, but a physical one as well. Yes, I am going to be resetting my writing space. You may recall last year when I originally set up my writing space. If not, I'll link the video above and below so you can check it out. But it's been a while since I've done really anything with the space, and it's been embarrassingly long since I actually sat in that chair and used my desk consistently to write in. And with the challenge of Finish Your Book Fall coming up, I am going to need to maximize my productivity and my efficiency as much as possible. So my goal is to get away from writing in my recliner or in other spaces where I may not be mentally locked in, and get back to writing almost full time in my designated writing space. And to help with that, I am going to be doing a little bit of redecorating. A lot of the decor I have up there right now does feel kind of springy. So today I went out and did a little bit of shopping. I got a lot of fall decor, some of which is a little bit spooky for the Halloween vibe as well. And for this first step of this reset, I am going to take some time to redecorate my writing space and make it really aesthetic and cozy for Finish Your Book Fall and all the writing I plan to do there for this challenge. But writing at my writing desk and in my new setup is not the only goal I have for Finish Your Book Fall or for the season of fall in general. I have some other habits and goals, some of which I had tried out before and they fell by the wayside, and some of them are brand new goals. One thing I am looking forward to doing a little bit more often is going to my local library or my local coffee shop to do writing. As I said earlier, it is really easy for me to get distracted by the comforts of home when I'm in my home and doing writing. I'm hoping to mitigate the worst of that by designating a specific writing space and going to that specific writing space at the same time every day. But I'd also like to utilize going outside of the house and using the new surroundings to help motivate myself to stay on track. I've done library writing before and I've done coffee shop writing before, and I do find that the change of space does help when I'm feeling stuck, and I want to utilize that more in this final push to finish this second draft. Another goal of mine for this season is to get back into other forms of content and social media. I am not a big social media person. I have a Twitter that I lurk on. A couple months ago, I mentioned wanting to use Instagram more often. I'd also like to get back into using TikTok a little bit more. But something I need to do with my TikTok is kind of wipe it clean. I used my TikTok primarily for book reviews over the last couple of years, and I have since decided that I no longer want my book reviews associated with my main channel, just because as a writer, there can be a level of awkwardness just in critiquing other authors' work. So I need to delete all of my previous book reviews on my TikTok and kind of refresh it for just writing content. I actually did that earlier this year with my Instagram, and I feel like it's really helped kind of mentally reset me and re-establish that platform specifically for writing. And then another big goal is to get back to using Notion. I've used Notion a lot in the past before, but again, it is just one of those things that I fell off of. I've also spent a lot of time using paper planners, and neither of the two have really been 100% successful for me. I currently have several Notion templates that I would like to get back to using, and I have a paper planner as well as a daily journal that I use. And that seems like overkill, and it probably is, but my goal is to use a combination of these things to help keep me on track. The problem with my daily planner is that it doesn't look ahead the way that I need it to. It's not as useful for like planning out my weeks and knowing when my kids have all of their stuff and when we have appointments and everything. So I bought a weekly planner for that, but my issue with that is that it's not as easily editable as it is in Notion. So you would think that Notion would be the 100% be-all answer for all of this, but I am very much a tactile person, and making the switch from physical to digital has presented some mental barriers for me. But I'm hoping that with this reset, I can get back to using Notion. Like I said, I've got a couple of templates and a couple of specific pages that I want to use, specifically a content calendar and then a family management calendar, as well as just like a task board that I can use to kind of plan out and really visualize all the tasks I need to get done in a day, and whether or not, first of all, it is chronologically or time-wise possible, because there have been times where I've scheduled myself a bunch of things to do and found out that was 16 hours worth of work. So I think that using that template on a regular basis will really help me with my time management and also with my chronic burnout. I feel like I'm constantly like going through the cycle of I'm starting from ground zero, I am pushing myself really hard, I'm crashing out, I'm taking weeks off at a time to recover from the burnout, and then I'm starting back at the beginning of that process. So I'm hoping that if I can avoid the burnout in the first place, I can just be more consistent across the board. So I'm going to go ahead and get those Notion templates set up now and have them all ready for the start of Finish Your Book Fall. So first things first, I am going to be setting up this Notion template that I heard about first from Brielle last year, and I have the original content creator and the Notion templates creator linked in the description below if you are interested in it. But basically it is for just kind of organizing your tasks and budgeting your time. And the first thing you do when you're setting up this template is kind of setting up the different categories of tasks that you are wanting to accomplish in the week. You can do it a bunch of different ways, but the categories I am setting up first is butt and chair writing. That is not thinking about writing. That's not brainstorming. That is like actually sitting in the chair in front of my computer and writing. Then content creation speaks for itself. School speaks for itself. Reading, housework. Those are the 5 containers that I kind of want to categorize my time in. Once I did that, then I moved on to creating recurring tasks that I want to do every single week. So that way, when I generate a new week's template, those are already built in. So obviously for Finish Your Book Fall, I want to be writing 1,000 words a day, Monday through Friday, and then 2,500 words on Saturday and Sunday to hit my weekly goal of 10,000 words a week. So I am just going to get that set up in this template. The other thing I want to be doing on a daily basis is editing videos. Editing has something I've been really struggling with lately, not feeling motivated to edit. I've had plenty of motivation to film content, but putting it all together has been a real struggle. So scheduling that every day is going to be really important for my habits and for staying on track. So I'm adding that as well as a daily task. And then finally in this template, I am just going to set up my goals for the rest of the year. You can see here that it says annual goals, but since I'm only going to be using this for like the last quarter, I am going to set goals for the last quarter as well. Obviously, the first is finishing Seekers of Empyrean Draft 2. My second goal is to reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. I am at 437 as I'm filming this, so pretty close to that. I want to read 16 more books before the end of the year. That might be a little bit tough. I am quite behind on my reading goal. Then my next goal is to get straight A's in my classes. This is also going to be pretty tough. And then finally, my last goal for the end of the year is to just save a little bit of money. I obviously spent a lot on vacation, would like to get some savings built up back up. So those are my 5 goals for the end of the year. Okay, so the last thing to do is just set up my week. So looking at Monday, I'm adding my homework. I've looked ahead and it doesn't look too strenuous this week, so I think I can get all of the questions done in the module done in one day. So that is going to be my goal for tomorrow so that I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. But then I also have a discussion post, which are due on Thursdays. So I'm going to put that on Thursday because I am that bitch. And then on Sunday, the discussion responses are going to be due. So I'm going to add that. Okay, so back to Monday. So I'm going to add the chores I would like to get done, which is my laundry. I've got 2 baskets of laundry I need to hang up, so it's getting kind of dire. Then I'm going to add a task to film the new week's vlog intro. I do run my vlogs from Monday to Sunday. Sometimes I film the intro on the previous Sunday, but for this vlog in particular, I am going to film it on Monday evening. And then I'm just going to add a little task to remind myself to do some reading. I'm not going to do too much, just 25 pages. That takes me about half an hour, which is about the amount of time that I have in the morning after I take a shower before I need to start getting ready for work. And that's it. I'm not going to fill out the rest of the weeks just because I like to give myself some wiggle room based on how well I do in the previous days, so I know whether or not to roll over any tasks. So that's it. And that is pretty much it for this. Next, I am going to be setting up my September content calendar. So as you can see, I've got my content calendar here. I am currently in the middle of filming 2 videos, a vlog and this reset video. Something else I am going to try to do for Finish Your Book Fall is be a little bit more thoughtful, a little bit more diligent, and a little bit more structured with my content. And I would like to get back into posting TikToks. I have used my TikTok primarily for book reviews up until this point, but I would like to refocus my account on writing content. So I will be trying to post TikToks on a regular basis. I am thinking twice a week, but that just really depends on my energy and how many ideas I actually have for short form content. But this first one I am setting up as a preview for Finish Your Book Fall. And then of course I will be attempting to do weekly live streams. I am super nervous about this. You may recall that my last live stream did not go super swell, mostly because I got really nervous about the fact that no one came at first, and it really kind of threw me off and made me even more nervous, and then I kind of panicked, and anyway, it didn't really go great. And I've gotten some advice from other content creators and my partner as well, who just kind of told me, like, you just have to be comfortable on camera even if no one is there. And I am taking that to heart, and I am going to once again try to be doing live streams again. We'll see how that goes. It also really just depends on my energy level and time, but I am committing to it now for weekly live streams. Now, this is a video idea that I've been sitting on for a while, and I think I'm going to finally launch it during Finish Your Book Fall. It is a author A to Z tag that I am writing questions for. It's not ready just yet, so I'm going to push it back a little bit into the next week so that I have time to kind of finish fine-tuning it. And then scheduling some more of my vlogs. Oh yeah, and I do want to do a vlog for the writers conference that I will be attending that first weekend of October. This is a conference that I've attended once before many years ago and not since, and I'm really looking forward to getting back with it and spending some time with my fellow writers in person. So I'll be doing a little mini vlog of that weekend. And that's pretty much it for now. I
always entertain hopes of planning out like an entire month's worth of content, and it never pans out that way. One day I will be that diligent, but it is not this day.
And then this last thing may not be an activity specific to fall, but I think you'll agree that it matches the vibe. I got this specific color of nail polish more than a month ago, and I have been waiting specifically for this first week of fall to use it. So I'm going to redo my nails and hopefully complete this sort of vibey aesthetic first week of fall. And that is everything for this Finish Your Book Fall Cozy Reset. The day this goes up, Finish Your Book Fall will have officially started, and I would love it if you guys came along with me on this journey. If you didn't watch my Finish Your Book Fall announcement video, again, I will link it above and below so you can check it out. But essentially, it is a seasonal writing challenge wherein the terms are really dictated by each participant. And the only goal is to finish your book, whatever finish your book means to you as a writer. It could be finishing the current draft that you're working on. It could be finishing your edits or revisions. It could be finishing your query letter, whatever it means to finish your book. I am extending the invitation to everyone out there who may be especially driven by community events and challenges that we're all participating in together. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate it. If you like my content and want to support the channel, please like and subscribe or consider leaving a comment down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, let me know in the comments if you plan on participating in Finish Your Book Fall. In my next video, I have a sort of habit forming vlog for you in which I am trying to set myself up for success for Finish Your Book Fall by establishing some new habits. I hope you look forward to it, and I will see you then. Bye.